أهلا بيكم في قناة الأحياء للصف الثالث ثانوي. Today's lecture is we'll continue our talk about hormones, so let's begin. Last time we studied the definition of a hormone and an endocrine gland, and we studied the pituitary gland as the queen of all glands, and it controls the function of other glands and organs. Today there is another endocrine gland, which is the thyroid gland, الغدة الدرقية. It's in the neck in front and in close contact with the trachea at the front of the neck. Its color is slightly red and it has two lobes, see? Two lobes connected by an isthmus. This is called the isthmus. This is another lobe called the pyramidal lobe. So two lobes connected by an isthmus. And its function is to secrete thyroxine and calcitonin. And for thyroxine, iodine is essential for the formation of thyroxine. If iodine is essential for the formation of thyroxine, and iodine is present in seafood, so that's why it's deficient in the oasis. عندنا في مشكلة في الواحات ان بيبقى في نقص في اليود، لان مفيش مش قريبين من البحر. اليود مصدره البحر، فعندهم هناك مشكلة مع الثيرويد ومع نقص الايودين. So thyroxine needs iodine to be formed by the thyroid gland. Now, effects of thyroxine, it has different effects on many parts of the body. It affects the physical and mental growth and development. It's very important for the development of the central nervous system, by the way. It affects the basal metabolic rate. Increases in winter to increase the basal metabolic rate. You know the basal metabolic rate كأنكم كده مشغلين عربية بس واقفة في مكانها، بس هي دايرة، هي ده اسمه البيزل ميتابوليك ريت. ممكن يزيد قوي ويزيد الحرق، بس هي برضو واقفة في مكانها. It increases the absorption of monosaccharides from the intestine. بتساعد في الزيادة على امتصاص السكر من الأمعاء. It maintains healthy skin and hair. It's essential for the condition of skin and condition of hair. Okay, and there's another hormone secreted by the gland which is called the calcitonin. Calcitonin decreases calcium in blood by preventing its reabsorption, withdrawal from bones. Okay, so it decreases blood calcium, calcitonin, remember that. It's secreted from cells in the thyroid gland called the parafollicular C cells, but you're not supposed to know that now, just that there are other type of cells in the thyroid gland that secretes calcitonin, which is another hormone secreted by the gland. Okay, diseases of the thyroid gland. It manifests itself either by increase or decrease in the secretion of thyroxine hormone. Okay, so decreased secretion called hypothyroidism. With hypothyroidism, there is enlargement of the thyroid gland called simple goiter. So remember, enlargement of the thyroid gland doesn't reflect hypersecretion only, but reflects hyposecretion as well. In hypothyroidism, there's simple goiter. It occurs as a result of decrease of thyroxine hormone due to iodine deficiency. And also there are other types of hypothyroidism like cretinism. Cretinism is due to the acute decrease of thyroid secretion in childhood. So in childhood, it produces cretinism. What's a cretin looks like? It has retardation. The patient has retardation in physical and mental growth, has large head, short stature, and short neck, permanent mental retardation, and a delay in sexual maturity. So it's a dangerous complication of acute thyroid deficiency in childhood. Cretinism, don't forget that. In adulthood, a decrease in the thyroxine causes myxedema. So normal growth was developed, but later on in adulthood, thyroid hormone was decreased. It decreased decreased secretion by the thyroid gland. It's characterized by dry skin, loss of hair, decreased mental and physical activity, laziness. Like general condition is laziness, weight gain and obesity, and there's decrease in the basal metabolic rate and intolerance to cold. ما بيقدرش يتحمل البرد. Okay. Also decreased heartbeats and rapid easy fatigability. سهل جدا انه يتعب على اقل مجهود. The treatment of myxedema is by administration of thyroxine or gland extracts, done by a specialist, of course, endocrinologist. Okay, so deficiency in adulthood causes myxedema, while in childhood causes cretinism. Okay, remember in childhood, so it will affect the growth of the CNS as well. There is mental retardation. Okay. In hyperthyroidism, on the other hand, hypersecretion of the thyroid gland, of the thyroxine, it leads to the enlargement of the gland also, and associated with a condition called exophthalmic goiter. exophthalmic العين بتجحظ بيبقى فيها جحوظ لبره. شايفين ازاي طالعه لبره؟ This goiter has enlargement of the thyroid gland, and there is swelling or enlargement in the anterior part of the neck. There is hypersecretion of thyroxine that leads to increased metabolic rate, increased food oxidation, and accordingly there will be loss of weight, increase in heartbeats, and nervous irritability. Treatment of this condition, either by removal of part of the thyroid or by other medications that suppress the thyroxine secreted by the abnormal thyroid gland. So hypersecretion is hyperthyroidism. Okay? Okay, don't forget the exophthalmic goiter. Now, other gland called the parathyroid glands are 4 glands. They are present on each side of the thyroid gland, as you can see here. These are the parathyroid glands. We have superior parathyroids, inferior parathyroids. They are at the side of the gland posteriorly, at the back of the gland, and they secrete the parathormone hormone. Parathormone hormone is secreted when the calcium level in the blood is below normal. So it increases the calcium level in blood. So it opposes calcitonin على عكس الكالسيتونين. الباراثورمون هرمون بيطلع الكالسيوم من العظم، عشان كده العظم معاه بيبقى فيه هشاشة وعرضة انه يتعرض لكسور وانه ينتني. Hypersecretion of parathormone اللي هو الhyperparathyroidism leads to increase in calcium level in blood. بزيادة في الكالسيوم level in blood، والكالسيوم يبدأ يترسب في بعض الأورجنز ويعمل حتى زي أحجار أو ترسبات، يعني ترسبات كالسية. إيه تاني؟ Most of calcium is released from bone, and there is bone resorption. بيبقى فيه هشاشة للعظم، بيبقى فيه قابلية أكثر للعظم إنه يبقى هش ويتكسر بسهولة. في حين إن الهايبوسكريشن of parathormone اللي هو الهايبوparathyroidism leads to painful convulsions and muscle spasms. This is because decreased calcium level in the blood. So because as a result of decreased calcium level of blood, there will be painful convulsions and muscle spasms. Also, there will be increased excitability of the nervous system. Okay, so this concludes our talk about the thyroid and the parathyroid glands. I hope you got the maximum benefit from this lecture, and thank you very much for watching.